This is a new player red flag.
Woof.
Who'd you play against? Name and shame.
It's Tom, the things I saw in Amsterdam. And MagicCon. Jesus Christ.
Instead of just intaking mass amounts of bubble tea to cope.
It's just one addiction to the other.
Yeah.
You're buying like 5 cups of that at a time, aren't you?
Yeah, I have a problem.
Bubble tea is the Gen Z version of avocado and toast. Like that's why, Kerri, you'll never be a property owner, because you can't buy bubble tea.
I mean, I'm also autistic. I'm never going to be a property owner. I have hyperfixations that change every month. Yeah.
My local place do 2 for 1 on Mondays, so just reminded me that I need to go and get some.
I don't know. I don't know what bubble tea is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
It's basically just milk tea or fruit tea that has things inside of the tea, like tapioca or jelly or like
prizes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a gacha machine.
Imagine a drink. I imagine a milkshake, but it's chewy.
Yeah.
No, that sounds disgusting. That's like a bitty milkshake. It's not. It's not as thick as a milkshake. It's just like drinking milk or juice.
Okay. And then
you don't have to have the chewy bits in either. You can have the popping one's quite nice.
Do you eat the tapioca?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I just see all these cool people drink. I'm like, I'm too.
At school, do you remember having those little cartons that had like the plastic tops and you just pierce through it?
Yeah.
It's basically that for adults.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good way of putting
it. Costs £20 per cup. Okay.
Yeah, it's like £5.
They're pretty good though.
That's like £4.80 per drink. Yeah, that's
back in the day when there was like one boba place in like a 300-mile radius of anywhere. It was a lot, but
yeah.
Hey, that was a good rolling start. Should we roll into the intro?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to episode
13
of the Magic Castles podcast. I'm just checking the notes because I'm still bad at this. It's episode 13. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we can't use your intro anymore, Kerri. But you're back, so you could technically. I don't know. What are we doing? Whatever. Like and subscribe. Follow us. Leave a review. All the positive things, please, or negative, whatever.
At this point, I'll take anything. I don't really mind.
Interaction's great, please. Anything. Yeah.
I was about to say spit on me in the comments.
Do we need to restart this?
No.
Do we need to do over? You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Episode 13. We have 2 guests with us today. I'm Tom. Sorry, I've jumped ahead. I've fiend.
That's fine.
This is Adam GCB.
Hello.
Hello, Adam.
Hi. How's it going?
And we have 2 guests. We have M. Partlow. I've got notes. I made notes. Right, editor at TCGPlayer. You know her from everywhere online. Pop-up panel, all that stuff. Herald Horn. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad.
I'm enjoying the fact we have a bank holiday in England. Therefore means no work.
Yeah. Still very sleepy though. Somehow.
Yeah. Same.
It's bad. It's bad. And we also have Kerri. She's back. Hello, Kerri.
Hello. I've returned momentarily.
With waving
like a
hands.
spirit that haunts us all. Kerri has returned from the grave.
It's because we mentioned a starring.
Disappear.
Yeah. Just when you think it's safe. How Kerri has returned.
I am just a sleep paralysis demon. I'm watching you whilst you sleep.
Yeah.
That's why we're so tired. Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all coming together now. Right, intro's done. Let's go. Upkeep, Adam.
Hello.
What have you been up to?
I had one of those weeks where I played way too much Magic. So on the Friday just gone, not this Friday, the Friday before, played a bunch of Kristen and Tristan, which is fun to say together, and a community member for Kristen's Discord. I committed malpractice where I was like, I want to play a slow game. I'll play Barockus. My mono black Barockus Haunted 1 pair. And I turn 1 Soul Ringed into turn 2 Barockus. And then on turn 4 played a guy and the Haunted one enchantment. And then on turn 4, played Machias, and that was really grim, and I felt bad.
As you should.
Yeah. And then it didn't help that our green player who was playing Surruk and Goreclaw basically kept like 5 lands and Galter. And so I was just like, well, I'm doing stuff. And then Krista made a really good point about how Barakas on turn 2 is like the mono black version of Smothering Type on turn 2. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty disgusting. So I don't think I need to tweak it. I think I just had a really, really nuts draw on it. But I felt bad. And then I was like, we'll play another game. On the second game, I played Geared, Rhino Tribal, Typal. And it did okay. It didn't go super fast. But it was one of those games where it's like, I feel fine taking the back seat because I just destroyed everyone's fun game 1. So I'm happy to like be an NPC this game and just kind of like put out a couple of rhinos and hit people for like 12. So
you've got to do that after you do one of those horrible games.
I don't want to like stomp over 2 games, feel really bad. And then on Saturday we played a game which we'll get to in a minute. And I played another game with Kristen, Affiliate of the Drowned, and Claire. I played Sophia, which is fun. That was into like... Kristen was playing... What's the Faith Commander from the Strixhaven lore? The Boros. The guy who makes spirit tokens of your stuff. I can't remember.
I know you mean it's a giant.
Yeah, Haughty? I can't remember. Anyway.
The giant guy.
Yeah.
Hoffrey.
Yes, it is Hoffrey. Saw Hoffrey. Hoffrey's disgusting. Played against Necrobloom. Necrobloom's disgusting. And then Claire was on Rakdos, Guy of the Claw. I'm terrible at card names. Why did I start a fucking podcast? But I was playing Sophia and Tiny. That deck's fun. It is Durdle the deck, and I need to put in a win con beyond Rise and Shine all my clue tokens. Because it basically has like 3 ways of Rise and Shining at this point. And I need to like work out a way to have a win con that isn't just high hope 4/4s. Get me there, which I'm now noticing is a lot of my deck themes, which is like make a bunch of 4/4s and hope that I get across the line.
See, I've built that the dog way, and it's exactly the same. I just durdle and never win, so I don't know.
It's really fun. I'm having a good time while I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, same.
It's like, oh, I get to do this, I get to do this. And I'm like, you take like 10 actions, you're like, I made 4 clues and put 2+1/+1 counters on a dog. And then someone's just like, I kill you now. And you're like, okay, cool.
But I have a dog, so I win. I win the flavor win.
Yeah. So that's, I played, was it Spirited Companion or whatever that, and then someone's just like out card valuing you because all the dogs in Magic are effectively bad, apart from like 2 of them. So that was cool. And apart from that, though, like, just, again, admin, just going through decks, making sure a lot of my decks have more safety buttons. I just realized that, like, I was tweaking Lathril, and Kristen's going to have an aneurysm when she hears this. I was tweaking Lathril, and it has 0 board wipes in it. And I think it has 2 pieces of interaction.
I mean, is having, like, I know there's a thing of, like, recently I saw a post going around, like, where it's people are, like, sick of, like, people having loads of board wipes in their decks. But, like, is it normal for people to build decks without board wipes? Or is it, like, a staple thing that people always want to have?
I have some decks without board wipes, but it's just because they're decks I play when I don't feel like the game dragging on, I guess.
It depends, really. Like, the thing is with board wipes, while they are useful to have in Commander, they also sometimes read, here is an extra 45 minutes added to this Commander game. Mm-hmm. And some people just don't want that. I mean, I get it. you know, you may as well just like finish the game and start a new one. But, you know, I run like 1 or 2 at most in most of my decks, but I barely use them. But they're just there just in case things get out of hand.
Yeah, I've started running 3 to 4, but that's only so I actually, 1, draw the fucking things, and then 2, like, I'm more into running like board wipes that synergize with what my deck is doing more than just like I run 4 Wrath of Gods.
I hate getting them losing all my stuff. And all my pieces
so
I'm
trying to run more like either, you know, destroy all non-token creatures or something like that, so it's not as detrimental to what my plan is. But yeah, lateral running 0 is egregious. My thinking is I'm just trying to elf ball out and not like a board wipe for me is actually really bad. So I try not to. I think, Kerri, the discussion you're seeing on more board wipes happening is because every decent commander printed in the last 2-3 years has a really, really annoying bit of text on it that says ward number. And that means that targeted interaction is just not as strong as it used to be. So like, you're seeing that number go down and the board wipes go up. And
there's a lot that award some annoying text that makes it even more annoying. So it's like sacrifice a it's the Lord of the Rings ones do my head in. Like sacrifice a legendary artifact.
At the Lord of the Rings cards, I've only really played against like one person who's played Lord of the Rings, and then majority of the cards I've seen are from Arena, and some of them are like alchemy bullshit. But I just hate playing against people who have Lord of the Ring decks. It's like the one thing I've noticed. I just hate the cards. They're so annoying.
They're very strong.
What they're trying to do is by putting so many words on a card, they're trying to make you read Lord of the Rings throughout a game of Magic the Gathering.
At least there's some flavour.
Yeah,
that's true.
But it's just long. Very, very complicated mechanic for a bunch of new players to come into.
Oh god, don't! He's gonna get on his soapbox again. He did this last week.
Yeah.
Moving on. Wrap it up.
Yeah, thanks. And then a bunch of secret Lairs showed up because it's any given month. I can't remember what I did with them. I think I opened most of them, and then the Miku ones have gone into a dark hole in the corner. Yeah. Wrapping up. Tom.
Shall we go over to Kerri now? Or should we do Emma? Which one? Who wants to go first? Guests. We've never had 2 guests. I don't know how this works.
I can go first.
Go on then, Emma.
So what I've been up to in Magic, it's not really Commander related. I do play Commander, but I've been really into Pauper lately, being on the Pauper format panel.
Don't wrap up our guests.
No, I love Pauper. Carry on.
So basically,
she said she doesn't play Commander.
I mean, I do play Commander. I just haven't played any recently. So my LGS is looking to get into Pauper, and it always feels like every LGS has that one person that has like a toolbox of Pauper decks that just roll in and, you know, they fire the event. There's like 10 decks, have fun. So I'm that person now. So we had a Pauper event yesterday on the Sunday where we got like 22 players for our first monthly event, which is really good. I did poorly, but I had fun. Got a lot of people into Pauper. And yeah, it was great. I'm basically making orders from Card Market like twice a week, just trying to get these random commons and not feel like I'm getting done over by delivery by buying 5 pence commons. I'm trying to like sync everything up so it seems worthwhile. So yeah, that's been fun. I ordered some Secret Lair stuff recently, mostly the Las Vegas in a box for the Mystery Booster 2, because I really want to draft that set. That just seems really, really fun. Couldn't really care for what else is in the box, like the promos and everything else. I just want Mystery Booster. And then outside of that, Baldur's Gate 3 exists, so I've just been playing that. I'm going to be honest with you. The game's really good.
Tom, you're going to be converted this episode. I feel it.
Yeah, probably.
Such a good game.
I'm sure it will.
It is really good.
I won't get into my Baldur's Gate 3 thing.
I just finished Act 1, so I've just started Act 2.
Act 2 is good.
Yeah, Act 2 is good. Act 3 is, I love that game so much. I could word vomit so much. I played about 200 hours of it last year.
Wow.
And it's, very, very good.
We were playing, what's the permadeath mode? Nightmare, hardcore, whatever.
Hardcore?
Yeah, we were playing that. And then I can't remember why we stopped. We need to get back to it. It's really fun. My first playthrough I played like a dwarf fighter called Rock Hard Richard, who just would throw stuff, and it was great. And now I'm playing
Got to make a note of this.
Yeah, and now I'm playing. I can send you pictures. Not all of them are PG. Oh my god. And I'm now playing a Dragonkind sorcerer called Stupid Sexy Dragon. Which is like, and then Stacey's running around as like an orc paladin called like Moira Rose, and she's acting like Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek. It's very, very strange, but it's fun.
I'm going to make a Pauper EDH deck, speaking of Pauper, because Connor's really into it. He convinced me to do it.
It's very fun.
I load up, like I always do, I load up Marksfield to get some inspiration.
Yeah.
I'm looking through all the best, the top commanders. I find one I really like. I'm like, this looks cool. It's the Dimir Dungeons one, the Rilsa Ren. Oh, that's cool. I'll check a list on Marksfield. I get this list. It looks really good. Really good. And I'm scrolling up it.
What is the rules for Pauper EDH?
Uncommon commander.
Okay.
It can be any uncommon, doesn't have to be legendary.
It doesn't have to be legendary.
So you could have like Reflector Mage as your commander, for example.
It's very fun.
Okay.
I'm scrolling up this list though, and I'm about to text Connor. I'm like, I found this really cool list. I'm going to build it. I get right up to the top. Author Fatal Ferret, and I'm like, you. So I can't make that one now. So I've had to something else to make. I had my heart set on this deck. I've been looking to do an initiative deck for so long.
What are the chances?
Imagine you said that to him, and he would be like, Tom.
Just a screen cap of the author name sent back to you.
The worst bit is he goes, oh yeah, it is really good. I'm like, cool, I guess. So I found one I can build though. So I am gonna make one for Command Fest.
I do need to build one again. I had Soul Herder for the longest time, which was just like blue, white, blink. And I had a bunch of just like weird old cards that just tap stuff down that people didn't realize exist. It's like, I'm just going to play a card called Golf Squid, which just taps people's lands.
That's what I love about Commander. The fact that this encourages it is like so much fun.
I want to build Mayhem Devil, but I think it might be too good.
I've seen a lot of those lists about. Yeah. I saw a lot of Soul Herder actually.
What is Pauper? Because I don't know anything about other formats apart from Standard and Commander.
Sure.
Should we go and get a coffee, Adam?
I mean, I might as well ask. Emma's here. So.
No. It's perfect.
It's why I'm so.
Pauper's a constructed format, 75 cards, 60 card format. It's commons only, so you can't play any uncommons, rares, or mythics, and you build decks with commons only. The thing is, a lot of older Magic sets didn't have rares, so stuff like Lightning Bolt is actually a common, which sees play in Pauper. Brainstorm, Ponder, all these historically old cards see play in Pauper because they were printed at common back in alpha and beta and stuff like that. And it's a really fun format. It's not fully supported by Wizards, but I'm on the panel to help deal with banning cards and things like that. And it's just really fun. There's a big following on Magic Online. People tend to play it online a lot and play in challenges and events. Every year there's a big event in Italy called Paupergeddon, which gets about 800 people playing in a huge Pauper event. So it's a community-driven format, but you can only play with commons.
Okay. I think because my LGS has got a Discord, but it's more of a community-run Discord. Yeah. And when I was asking about Standard a few months back, people were like, oh, you should get into Pauper. A lot of us play Pauper. And I was like, my brain's so small, I don't know how to do things. I just learned how to play Standard, and Commander still ruins my brain. But I am one of the people, when I start getting hyperfixated on things, I want to try and learn as much as my brain can comprehend.
Sure. The best thing about Pauper is how cheap it is. You can build a deck for $40.
Yeah.
It's eternal, right?
And it's probably not. Yeah, so the eternal format. There's no rotation, and it's rare that those decks change unless something gets banned.
Yeah.
But it's like $40. You get to jam with your mates. You can literally make a pauper deck out of like leftover cards from a booster if you really wanted to.
I mean, I have got thousands of cards that are just sat there. Like, I could probably make a few decks.
Yeah,
I believe me, Tom, and Kerri are all team don't throw bulk away. So we've probably all got tens of dozens of pauper decks just waiting to go.
I do get rid of my bulk, but I tend to give it away to clubs, communities. Like recently, my LGS did a drive where we sent a load of Magic stuff to a local prison because they were getting into Magic. So we had leftover product and we sent it to, guards and inmates who were just wanting to play Magic. So it's like, cool, we'll send stuff. Why not? That's the only time I only really give away bulk.
I would do that if fucking anything was here that would take my Magic away from me. I'm in a absolute black hole of Magic the Gathering wants and desires.
I made a pauper cube out of my bulk. I think I bought 4 cards, and the rest were just from stuff I had.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, but it's a really good format, Kerri. And pauper EDH, which we were talking about, is Commander, but commons only.
Yeah, see, that seems really interesting to me.
Yeah,
because again, I've just got so many cards that just sat there, and I want to try and utilize them at some point. So I think if I can interest some people, some friends, maybe I can build some things and try playing some games.
It brings the level down a lot as well. So everyone really is on the same level because everyone's playing commons.
Yeah.
I feel like Pauper EDH has also been around for long enough now where it's not like a tiny leader situation where it's just going to fizzle out in 2 months.
It's been around for at least a decade, I believe, just in like small community hubs and holes. But the following is pretty strong. The Pauper EDH community is pretty passionate folks. So if someone listens to this podcast and goes, oh my God, it's Pauper EDH, they're going to get really buzzed because it's just, it's their format. I'm sure
I could break something. But I went so hard in on Tiny Leaders. I was just like,
same
guys.
I love Tiny Leaders.
Yeah, Kerri, Tiny Leaders is your commander can't cost more than 3.
I'm
all your
screwed
cards
then.
And your cards can't. Yeah, your commands cost 7. And any card in it can't be more than 3.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. But yeah, it was one of those formats where everyone was just like, you play commander to play the big dumb silly spells, and then you're just playing like max efficiency, and everyone's like, this is not what I'm here to do. So it didn't really catch an audience as big as it could have.
Yeah, the biggest problem was the community ban list wasn't updated often.
Yeah.
So the powerful stuff became really obvious. So like Leovold was like the de facto best tiny leader because it's like you're in 3 colors and he's just really annoying because it's like whenever you target stuff, you get value out of it. And then you had stuff like Entreat the Angels, which you could technically play in Tiny Leaders, even though you're not going to pay 3 mana for it. It got really confusing real quick.
And then I know there's me just playing Doran and just trying to hit you with butts, and it just didn't.
I played Anna Fenza, the mono white one, and just played White Weenie.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Sorry, Tom, we hijacked your upkeep, sorry.
No, it's fine. I was going to Kerri next.
No, we played our game, Tom.
Yeah, I know, but I was going to let Kerri go, and then we
can... Oh, okay.
like hosts,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it wasn't. Sorry, I'm reading show notes, so I was like...
I've moved the show notes around.
Tom's just throwing everything off whack. We're not on script anymore.
I haven't slept enough for this.
It's fine. Go ahead, Kerri.
I have not played any Magic since I last spoke to you guys. I purchased a festival in a box and then cancelled it because I was like, do I want to spend £250 on this thing? My brain's like, yes, but internally I'm like, I could spend that £250 on Duskmourn.
Sure.
The major reason as to why I wanted Festival in a Box is because Mystery Booster 2 seems cool, but also I want the Chibi Secret Lairs. I want it specifically for Ovar because I'm building an Ovar deck. So I was like, I'm just going to have a look on Card Market and see whenever he pops up and just grab it from there. Or see if any friends don't want Ovar and I'll take it from them. But they haven't sold out yet, which is quite surprising, but also not at the same time.
They put out a tweet being like, "There's a couple left. Please buy them." So
I mean, I feel like they got a lot of stock because they were paying creators to promote it. So that to me was screaming, okay, they actually have like a lot to sell.
well, this is a big bet. So,
Yeah. I mean, I'm still kind of like umming and ahhing about it. I might go back and like buy it before the sale ends. Who knows? Because I just like opening cards. It's crack to me. But
Ovar will cost you a lot less than 250 quid, though.
Yeah, I know, but but also there's packs to open.
That's true. That's true.
their farm packs are open.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can see if anyone would be interested in drafting it, and then that can be my first ever draft. Maybe, who knows?
Your first ever draft is Mystery Booster 2.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Fucking wild.
I was actually meant to be doing a draft. What day are we on Monday? I was meant to be doing a draft for Bloomborough on Saturday, but I had to go get lasers shot into my skin instead, so I couldn't go. I really want to. I want to draft Baldur's Gate. That's like a one that I want to.
Really
just
good.
because everyone's
It's really
like
fun.
that. It's such a good thing to draft.
It's really fun.
And also, I like the cards from it. So
It's a fun draft. The games will take about 2 hours because there's just not enough kill potential in that set. It's really fun, but you're just there. Like, it's not, there's just not enough power. At least spread out for. I mean, there is, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Whenever I drafted Baldur's Gate, I think I've done it like 2 or 3 times. It's just the draft itself is like really interesting and really fun, and then you're just like, Commander Limited is always just blooded out board states, and you're kind of sitting there like,
I always force dragons because dragons actually won games.
yeah.
Like wasn't like on a flavor theme. It's just like dragons just have the better win conditions and
Yeah.
just like have enough going on to actually end this game under 2 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, that's kind of the what I've been doing. Not really much. I have spent a lot of money on Duskmourn. I pre-ordered a lot of things, a lot of things. But I'm also going to go to my LGS on pre-release and get some bits and bobs because I want to see if they have any freebies. And I don't know what the promo cards or anything will be. So
It's that little spider doll. If you've seen
It's a
it.
spider cat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a doll cat, but it's made out of spiders. It's weird.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, also I'll take it. My LGS is a WPN store as well, so
Nice.
thankfully we get some juicy stuff from them. I
hoping
might
I
do
get
a
another
pre-release
giant card.
event and stuff. I don't know. I've never done a pre-release event. I'm scared to do things with people that I don't know because I make mistakes.
Pre-releases are.
I don't know how to
Chill.
make decks. Okay, I don't know what I'm
Everyone
doing.
makes
No one
mistakes
does.
at pre-release.
Here's the secret code. No one knows how to make sealed decks. You're fine.
Everyone makes mistakes at pre-release.
Yeah.
I was playing a card wrong for like 3 games, and everybody agreed that I was playing it right. Nobody understands the cards because they're brand new.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, nothing to worry about.
I'm very
You should do
excited for Duskmourn, if you can't tell. I'm so
Yeah, me
excited.
too. Really, really excited for that. I need to pick a few more bits for it still. But yeah, okay, go to me. I've been drawing a lot, including something that we're going to be showing later, I think, in the show notes. Very nice. And then, yeah, we played that game that you mentioned on Saturday with Connor and Anil. You were playing your... What was it?
Kosai.
No, Ziatora, wasn't it, first?
No, it was Kosai first.
Oh, you played
and
Kosai
for a
first.
second.
Yeah, your mono green
Yeah.
big boy, which is
Yeah.
nice. That was very good. I quite like that deck.
Kosai ends games, which is always a plus.
Yeah.
So I've updated it after that game. So I was like, why is this in here? This makes no sense. Like it's playing a bunch of like 3 mana ramp, and I'm like, it doesn't need this. But the mini game of putting a counter, an equipment, and an enchantment on him to get the payoff is quite like... I like it because I kind of just ignore what everyone else is doing, and I'm just trying to work out like, how do I make this big idiot work?
Did you not get that the turn after you played him though in our game?
Yeah.
It didn't take you long at all. I was
No.
I was like, God damn, how has he
The
done
problem
that?
is they keep printing one part of that mini game that does the other part for you. So they keep making like enchantments that put counters on him, or equipment that puts counters on him. So you effectively skip probably like half a turn of being able to do it. And then what ends up happening is he's really big, really quick. So I think on turn 4 he was like a 5/9 and was doming everyone for 4, and I had a basilisk collar on him, so I was just like, I'll go up to 45 or whatever, 55. So yeah, he is fun, but he's such a glass cannon. I think that's why I like him. I think there's like 7 creatures in that deck, and I took some out. There was a Rot Priest in there. I don't know why Rot Priest was in there. I think that's bad. Like sometimes I just look at my old lists. I'm like,
same.
As someone who has like been like teetotal for like nearly 15 years, I was like, what was I smoking when I made this deck? Like, what painkillers was I on? This makes absolutely no sense. So yeah,
I found one of my first decks the other day, and I had ramp in it that I've never seen in my life, like green ramp cards that they're so bad. And it's like you fetch a land, it comes in tapped, and it's 3 mana, and I don't know where these cards have come from. Like if a child was asked to like make Cultivate from memory, like just awful, just so bad.
But you were playing, what were you playing during the Kosai game?
Kadena, morph deck, which needs so much setup, and I was just getting hit for 5 just every turn.
I think we were mismatching that because Tom's like, I'll make a morph, and I'm like, I'll hit you for 9. Like, yeah, okay.
Everyone
9 cards. Like
everyone was so terrifying, and I was there like, down things face down.
Kosai is fun. I need to tweak it more and get there, but it's been updated, so we'll see.
So then we did you played Zeatora in the second one. I played that Tetsuko, and Connor had his weird group hug deck that.
Connor was playing his 2 dads 4-color group hug list. And it, I think on turn 4, he gave us all 9 mana each, like 9 lands from our deck. So it was like,
it was Trail of Discovery, is it?
No, I can't remember. It was like green.
No, it was
X.
Tempt, wasn't it?
It wasn't the Tempt. The Tempt came after.
Yeah, it was the X one.
It was like green X. Each player gets X lands.
He had Eldamaris Vineyard out, which he later copied, so he had 2 Eldamaris Vineyards.
Yeah.
We all had 16 lands by turn 5. It was.
I was like the only person like actively trying to like keep him in check, because I was like, this is getting too much. And everyone was like, yeah, he's stuff, and I'm like, no, stuff is bad. We need to keep stuff down.
He did say that deck wins by drawing everybody out, and I was literally playing a mono blue card draw deck without a Thassa or a Jace in it, so I was a bit like, but
I was playing Zeatora. I was doing
very
stuff,
nearly stuck in the win, but
the Zeatora just has no burst kill. Like it needs to start I need to put a burst kill in it, so I put the Torment of Hellfire, but the only one I have is the bad meme version.
Oh no!
So that's so this deck is just like really nice John cards, a lot of like different treatments, and then just this really fucking annoying guy doing the SpongeBob like chicken fucking text. But it's like it's probably going to be the way that deck wins a lot of the time, like, or it's going to be the way that I go, okay, this game needs to end, like Torment of Hellfire. But that, I just please print that card with normal text on it.
I'm really annoyed with that Secret Lair because the bonus card is Spiteful Prankster.
Yes,
It appears in foil, and I'm after a foil for Cube, and I refuse to run the SpongeBob version.
It's so bad.
It's like, what are you doing to me, Wizards? I just want a normal foil. Thanks.
So I was like the copium that we had on this podcast where we were like, they're going to make a normal version. And 3 episodes were like, a normal version's coming, and it still hasn't like showed up. So
the art on that Secret Lair Prankster as well is so
it's
cool.
really
it's good art. I just hate the text. I just hate the layout. It's almost intentional.
Yeah, it's so bad. Speaking of Secret Lairs.
Oh shit, yeah. Sorry.
Time.
There you go, mate. We were under 50 minutes. We did it.
Well done.
Adam was dissociating, thinking about that.
Yeah,
card.
it was big time. I need to move this over here. I need to not dox myself. Okay, cool.
Oh, no. Don't worry, I can edit.
That's fine. I've only ducked myself twice.
You can beep it.
The
That
big
makes it
hellish
fun.
Norn. Here we go.
Secret Lair alert. Beholder. Eyes of the Beholder 2.
Oh, I
was
called this one.
revealed. Tom
Yeah,
did
sick
call
on
this. Tom called all of this on the last episode. So
The art is incredible.
Yeah.
this is effectively the second part of the Beholder Secret Lair we spoke about last episode, with Karazakar being the legendary, Fling, which I'm interested that Fling is in this one and not the Karlach one, but we'll get into that in a minute. So Fling as Beholder's telekinetic ray. Beholder's disintegration ray is Fire Covenant. No, I can't read.
Dan Mumford as well.
Dan Mumford, yeah, more Dan Mumford art on cards, please. Oubliette is the Beholder's paralyzing ray. Defile, Beholder's infiltration ray, and Snuff Out, Beholder's death ray. These are cool. These
That's
are nice.
a very good secret lair.
Yep. Yeah. Really, really cool. I haven't really got too much to say on this, so if you guys want to fill in, please do.
That's a good one because
Yeah.
for like pauper play, it actually gives pauper players some nice foils. Because if there's one thing pauper players love is buying these secret layers that they can play in pauper decks. When I was at Paupergeddon earlier in the year, Wizards released the secret layer of all like the artifact lands.
Yes.
Like a long while ago. All the affinity players just had those, and it's just
Jeez.
like play sets of them, and it's just like Jesus, people are actually spending money on these.
Yeah.
So Snuff Out is going to be popular just for that reason. I expect to see it.
So you're saying every time I complain that Lightning Bolt was in these, the pauper community is like actively antagonizing me.
Not antagonising. You just have to realise,
Not everything is made for me.
Fancy commons, like people like the joke about pauper is the decks are cheap, but people will spend hundreds of dollars
Yeah.
to make them look really nice. And this is a good example of that. I believe like Snuff Out's a really good reprint, as is Oubliette, weirdly as well.
Yeah.
Not that it sees
Yeah.
much play in pauper anymore.
I've been seeing a lot of Defile in, 'cause obviously I've been looking at mono black PDH decks.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of Defile as well. So maybe these will make it into my pauper
cool.
deck.
Asterians first we talked about last episode, but Kerri wasn't here, so I felt bad. So it was a bit weird of me and Tom being two straight white men being like, yes, Exquisite Blood and Sangrabond, when it's just like, this is the thirstiest secret lair I think they've ever made. And me and Tom's like, oh, yes, the combos.
Good for us, our vampires.
I am just like shocked the fact that they've got the infinite combo in here, but also just like the fact that Sanguine Bond is Will and Astarion. I love that. Like, thank you, please and thank you. But also, I'm just like, these cards make me so happy because the reason, like, the first ever deck that I was going to build when I got into Magic was going to be an Astarion deck, which never happened. I spiraled and bought a lot of precons and built shit stuff. But I still got my Astarion cards, so I am happy that there will be now more reason for me to actually make that, and these cards will be definitely going into that deck, and I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'm probably going to buy this for Stacey and probably make it for Stacey. It's insane.
It's so good. Oh, I love the art.
Yeah. But yeah, last episode, me and Tom be like, yeah. Squid them like terrible. It's just like, it's insane. This is the Hunter as well, isn't it, from Act 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That is cool.
I forgot his name, but yeah.
You don't know his name because you turn him to dust like 2 minutes afterwards.
Without hesitation.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna kill
Astarion
you.
looks at me and blinks. I'm like, yes, I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Destroy you. I reckon they put the combo in here because Astarion himself is not an undesirable card, but like the power level is quite low and the monetary value of it quite low. So this obviously bumps it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
A lot.
Unlike Karlach, who is like pushing, I think like last time I checked was like $25-$30. Maybe even more now.
When Baldur's Gate 3 came out, the
Yeah,
Karlach
they all-
card shot up massively.
Yeah.
And not the
I
card
remember-
itself is actually good.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I remember picking one up before the game came out, and it didn't cost me that much.
Yeah.
No.
And then I went to get
cared,
another one. I was like,
unfortunately.
whoa.
because the set came out before the game came out,
the
so
game,
no one
yeah.
knew any of these legends were.
Yeah.
So it was like, what's the Karlach? And then suddenly the game comes out and it become like pop culture icons, and it's like, oh crap, this set's not out anymore. They haven't reprinted it, and it's all the prices have all shot up.
Yeah.
I like this one. This is a good secret.
I
lair
like
as well.
this one too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love the
Karlach's-
artwork so much.
Karlach's Rage contains obviously a Karlach, Thrill Possibility, which I think is fine. Seat on Fire, which is a decent reprint. Dolmen Gate, which is a really good reprint.
Huge.
It's a huge reprint. And Stranglehold, which is the one I'm a bit like, okay, on. I assume the bonus card for this has to be Descent into Avernus.
Descent, surely.
If not, I feel like they've missed a trick here.
Or maybe it's going to be Fling, like you said.
Well, I thought Stranglehold would be Fling. Or something like, because this art is very, I don't know, I mean, she's literally strangling them. But like,
She's strangling and holding them.
like, you can, Karlach Throw build is like the second better build you can do with her. So it's a bit weird how they haven't nodded to that. But yeah, this is nice. It's cool. We're talking about this now. The Secret Lair drops tomorrow. So we're recording Monday, comes out Tuesday. This episode goes live on Thursday. It will be sold out by the time it's airs. They are doing... did you guys see that they're changing how they're doing... They're removing the timed sale window now.
Are they?
Yes. So they're not doing the thing that everyone wants them to do, which is print to demand. What they're doing now is saying we will print an allocation, and that allocation sits on our storefront until it's sold out, and then they will rotate occasionally.
The problem is when you have print to demand, it just logistically it just kind of messes up the way Wizards print stuff.
Yeah.
And also you're waiting 5 months for something.
Yes.
Which isn't also great,
No.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, like the alternative sucks because you get this FOMO and whatnot. But, you either have this or you just forget about it. And then you're like, what's this thing? Oh, it's the Secret Lair I bought 6 months ago. It finally came out.
And it's for a set that came out half a year, like it's a showcase for a set that's half a year and no one's talking about it anymore. Yeah, so but it is weird that they're doing, effectively it hits the store, and as long as it's in stock still, you can buy it, which means like it is interesting in that it reduces the fact that some of the best selling Secret Lairs on the secondary market are the ones that did not sell well at launch. So it removes that part of the kind of financial specking, which is
anything that's
disgusting.
left at the end of the month will still be available.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Because before it was limited to a month.
It's basically just a store now. Like there's no like, it's just things hit the store, you buy them, and if they're in stock, they stay in stock.
It's
They
good
must have a
in
lot
way.
of one Secret Lair left.
Yeah, it must be a good thing because this also means you're not going to get it in future festival in the boxes or as part of arena events that you go, here's the Secret Lair that you can win that we don't have 1 million copies of that didn't sell. It's not what this is.
I wonder. I also wonder if it was just like looking at things like the landfall incident where it was just full of Secret Lairs, and they're like, why do we do this? Like, if we're just creating waste, why don't we just keep it in store? And if it does sell, it sells. And like, there's always gonna be someone that's like, oh, I need a random common for a pauper deck, and it's in that Secret Lair that's still in stock. I'll just
Feels
buy
like
it now.
low-hanging fruit for Wizards.
Yeah, for sure. So that's Secret Lairs. Congratulations if you got them. Commiserations if you didn't. Chances are I have
literally be climbing up people's walls if I don't get Astarians.
I have 5 alarms on my phone ready to go.
Oh yeah.
It's like initial like, are you ready? And then it's ADHD. You probably forgot that this is about to happen. Stop it. Lock in. And then like 5 minutes before. So yeah, all good. Oof. Steel Design 2024 article dropped. Have you guys read this yet?
I have not.
Nope.
Ooh.
I've read some of it and I've seen a lot of commentary on the site called Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter had a bit of a field day with this. So Rosewater, head designer for Magic, has put out effectively like every year he kind of does like a retrospective of what's been happening and kind of like wins and losses. So it's quite interesting. I'll not read the entire thing because no one wants that. But I'll just kind of go over like some kind of key highlights and some interesting terms of phrase that he has used. The more interesting ones is like the set breakdowns. I think like overall the kind of broad Magic as a picture, I think, you know, is everyone kind of knows this. The interesting bits on Lord of the Rings was the ring temp 2 received a lot of criticism. As someone who is pretty enfranchised in Magic, I still don't know what the ring temp 2 does.
I was about to say, you don't know, do you?
No. It's bizarre to me. Someone says my commander is now a ring bearer, and then I kind of just like glaze over. And like,
do you turn into a Nazgul?
Yeah, I'm just like, I just don't know what this does. What are you doing? So that's interesting. That as a pretty much like a flagship mechanic of this set, it was like hotly criticized. And this is the one that's getting a lot of criticism, which is 2 of the cards were too good. The biggest complaint I got about this set was the power level of 2 cards, the One Ring and Orcish Bowmasters. Many feel they are warping the environments they're legal in and wish they could be banned. Others are concerned about our ability to reprint them, which I have bought on. We do have the ability to do so and can even make them in-universe equivalents. The special one version of the One Ring was upsetting to some, although enjoyable by others. This, like, upsetting to some is like 10 people on Twitter complaining. The amount of free PR coverage they got from that is like invaluable. It's really weird to be like, these 2 cards are mad powerful and they're still legal in every format.
Well, they might not be today.
Yeah, so we're recording this on Monday. There's a ban announcement today. So we'll see. I don't know if they will ban. I mean, Emma, you probably know better than me. What are the odds on One Ring and Bowmasters getting banned? There's one probably idiot bird that's definitely getting banned.
I think the problem is you've got to deal with Nadu first and then see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if the ring hits a ban later in the year, start of next year, because it's like, cool, now this One Ring card is really good, getting rid of Nadu and everything else. But also, Wizards have been known to just like scorch the earth in a couple of formats. They've done it before, so who knows? Everyone's very excited to see Nadu banned today, though, which is wild.
I saw randomly saw it trending on my Twitter. I think it was like yesterday morning or something, and I was like, "Has something happened with Nadu again?" Like, but I guess it's ban list coming out. It makes sense. Thankfully, I've never played against it, so I'm safe. Hatred.
The ability to reprint the One Ring, obviously, I mean, they can just do like their in-universes border skin of that, but like Orcish Bowmasters, there are orcs in Tarkir, right? They can just they can
orcs everywhere.
What does Bowmasters do? I don't think I've seen that card.
So much fucking stuff, Kerri. It is a 1/1. Oh my god, Wizard, please! It is a 1/1 Orc Archer for 1 the black, has flash when it enters the battlefield, and whenever an opponent draws a card except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, it deals 1 damage to any target, and then you amass Orcs 1.
Right, yeah.
So it's just it's like free ping against like decks in Eternal formats, where most strategies in Eternal formats are draw more than 1 card a turn. So it's so much value.
Pushes a lot of low toughness creatures out of the format.
Yes.
This is another problem.
Yeah.
It's a lot more of a problem in anything but Commander. So
it's
probably less of a problem in Commander. It's a good card in Commander, but
I feel like I've played against it on Arena. I'm not sure if it's actually on. Maybe I've played against something similar and it was annoying because I play Modern and Standard on Arena, I think. Maybe.
Let's see. I can see, like Emma said, I can see Nadu getting banned today, and then maybe the One Ring, like after the set of not or modern kind of season, seeing what happens there.
Eldraine was so good.
Wilds of Eldraine, yeah. Enchanted Tales, Enchantment Bowship was a huge hit. This is like, we've been massive fans of this. I think every time we get to talk about Enchanted Tales, we pull it over, which is nice. I don't think anything there. Rolls were fiddly and had logistical issues. Yes, if I have to carp a card or turn a card upside down to mark a thing, it is fiddly. I think that is Wilds of Eldraine felt like it had the Innistrad Midnight Hunt Crimson Vow problem with like Night and Day, which is like, this feels like a mechanic that was made for Arena and not for paper. Yeah. Because it's just like so many variables and stuff going on, which is hilarious because Rolls very rarely comes up in Commander. I don't know the impact that it's had on Standard. I think it's very little, if any.
I think there's one card that sees play with it now.
The one red?
Right. The Monstrous Rage.
Yeah, Monstrous Rage. But yeah, like rolls are a weird one. And then just, I also hate the term "some players" because this is just telling me that this is like 4 people on Mark Rose's Tumblr or Twitter, like shouting at him. So I'm trying to not take into account those too much. Ixalan had one interesting one. The set didn't feel underground enough. For a set that started as designed being an underground set, many of the players didn't feel the theme strongly enough. One of the biggest culprits was the fact that so many cards had blue sky in the art.
Oh my god.
Many commented that while the set did feel like a return to Ixalan, it didn't really capture the underground portion of the play. Yes, but
I didn't even realise it was meant to be an underground thing. I thought it was just like on land dinosaurs in forests.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Shit like that.
It was meant to be like a Indiana Jones, like exploration adventure kind of, like it was like the top-down theme goals.
Okay.
But I just love the not underground enough, 8 out of 10, too much sky.
People don't like going outside, Adam.
It's very, very good.
The sky is scary.
Yeah. I'm
glad he mentioned the descend thing because as soon as they announced that, I thought that was just awful, and I felt like I was the only person who hated it. A lot of those mechanics in that set, I just didn't find that overly that interesting or engaging. So not even that. I didn't think they were interesting, but the fact that you've got descend and descended being 2 different things.
It was nuts. Some players dislike the Jurassic World tie-in.
I love the Jurassic World tie-in.
I did. But I could see this is the anti-Universes Beyond crowd, right? So main issue wasn't the design of the individual cards. Most players admitted they thought the top-down design for most of them were good. The issue was that they didn't like it mixed into the set. While it did tap into Dinosaur Typal theme, it didn't feel organic to what else was going on and felt weird when they showed up in boosters. The most common feedback was not to mix Universes Beyond with Magic in Universes set. The second most common note about the tie-in, so 5 people on Twitter, was that the cards dropped too infrequently, meaning players that were excited to see them didn't get to see them. Didn't get to see them enough, which I think is true. That bit is true.
I opened, I think, like 2 booster boxes of Ixalan plus many other cards, many other packs, and I'm pretty sure I only got like 3 or 4.
You got 1 guaranteed in the collector's bundle. I think you got 1 guaranteed in the collector's booster, and it was like 1 in 9, I think was the ratio.
You might have got a lot of the lands.
I got Command Tower.
I got the token, which is always a token. So you're like, I opened a token, guys. I think the cards themselves were cool, but it's because they've done that now twice, right? On the November sets, which is so Transformers and Brothers War and Jurassic World into Ixalan.
And I love both of them. Suck that, some people.
The other thing is they announce some players. Some players. They announced the tie-in. They announced their tie-ins quite late as well for these. So there is a chance Duskmourn has a tie-in, which we'll get into in a minute.
100%.
I think
it has to be like Stranger Things or Evil Dead.
No.
I'll go into my idea in a minute.
I called it months ago. I need to go and find the tweet because if it's right,
I might have an idea that Slomp Show idea to death, Tom. Anyway,
we'll see.
Murders at Karlov Manor, not Mark, what the other one.
Some players enjoyed this guy.
Some players.
I feel like Mark Griswold just wants to put quotes but around some players.
Yeah, some players.
Some players.
Twitter. Players like Murder Mystery Theme Moderation. I actually think they didn't lean into it enough. I felt like
detective theme.
It was just a detective theme with like a murder mystery that was solved in story articles before the set even came
The
out.
saddest part about this set, the best part about Karlov Manor was the Cluedo release.
Yes.
And nobody cared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally the best part of the set. It's really fun to play.
It is really fun to play. But yeah, it's weird. I felt like they were just like, we could do a Cluedo tie-in. We should probably also do a set that ties into it somehow. So the wider Magic community is happy, because we need to make 1,000 like weapons that are also equipment clues. And then players enjoy many of the murder mystery theme mechanics. Investigate returning was a huge hit. Collect evidence cases, and the Surveil lands got a lot of call outs as being personal favorites in the set. These all feel like spiky-ish as well. Like Surveil lands got a lot of call outs as being personal favorites in the set. Because it's just like really efficient land types that have decent financial
Set's
value.
really good for cards.
Yeah.
Just no one bought it because no one cared about going back to Ravnica again.
Yeah.
I loved Endgame.
I mean, we literally had just had Ravnica remastered not too long before Nidus came
I feel
out.
like that bombed. Some players enjoyed Disguise. Other players preferred Morph. It's
Too many mechanics. I don't know what anything means ananymore.
I love that because I've got another flip in my flip deck just to make it even weirder.
Disguised is just Morph with Ward, right?
Yeah.
Menace.
Yeah. So it's fine. Set was a bad execution of a backdrop set. So they've got, which I think is true. So they've gone to say backdrop sets are like small instances of things happening in wider planes. So rather being like, this is an end all be all for the plane of Ravnica, it's like here is a small kind of cultural event that is happening on that plane, which I think is actually a really good thing. But I don't think it works in a. It caters to their problem of jumping between planes so quickly and not staying on a plane long enough with this like one block system.
Yeah.
Back in my day, you had to endure Feros for 3 blocks, and knowing that it was bad after set 2. So I think that's probably why. I think if you did like a big set reintroducing a plane of kind of laying out the status quo, and then you did a backdrop set, which was like, and then this thing happened, I think a lot more people would be more welcoming to that.
I wouldn't even mind if there was a bit of a gap. So you have the main set, and then a couple of sets later, you have like a meanwhile.
Yeah.
Have a little backdrop set. And I totally agree. It should have been on New Capenna. It's been staring at me in the face that time.
It felt like they had this idea for New Capenna and then just like put it on the shelf and then came back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It would have fit so much better.
Yeah.
And then detective mechanics were overdone. Investigate, collect evidence and cases were popular, but detective type or add suspect were less loved, with Disguise being a mixed bag. Yeah, it did feel like the issue with having such a narrow theme is that all your mechanics should speak to that theme, and then individual card designs can talk to wide aspects of what is going on that plane. But it means that you are just completely in on having potentially, and their obsession with doing like 10 archetypes to draft now as well, which means you're probably having like at least 5 mechanics that are based around that set's theme. OCJ, God.
Too many set symbol.
Yeah.
Too many hats.
Too many hats.
So many hats.
Many players, everyone, enjoyed the Western player. This feels like he's going, by the way, a lot of people enjoyed this, actually, not the 5 angry people on Twitter. So, yeah, Magic has been talking about doing a Western theme set for years, and many players were excited to finally go there. More so than any other recent pre-release, players dress up for the event, both at pre-releases and in online content. I do agree with that. I feel like that is more a testament to the staying power of Western like tropes more than like
it's a pop culture thing rather than who's going to dress
It's
up as a
also-
detective.
Yeah,
It's also that they paid creators to go and do pre-release and standard events and stuff. So
lent really heavily into that as well this time around as well.
yeah.
Lessons, the plain felt paper thin. Yep. I think the issue they had again was it being one set and the whole lure being like this plane just popped out of nowhere, but it also has Denzians. So like it makes no sense. Where did the cactus man come from? Like if not from this plane. So yeah, that was weird. And then no justification for all legendary creatures. Yeah, but that's what happens when you make the baseball episode of Magic the Gathering, like, and all your villains show up. Like, what more do you want? So, I did feel like this was probably the top of the bell curve of just the amount of legendaries in a set since like March the Machine, right? It feels like a handover from that. Tone felt too jokey.
I mean, that's on them because they had cards like Bristly Bill. Like, come on.
Hey, you leave Spiky Mike alone.
And also Giant Beaver.
Yeah, Giant Beavers.
I don't think it felt too. I don't understand how could it feel too jokey. Like,
I mean, some of the
they've
some
got like
of the
holy
names,
cow and stuff, but it's fine. It's, like he
I
says,
think
you can have a
it's-
bit of a joke.
I think it's the pop culture thing of Westerns.
Yeah.
It's like it's fairly jokey in how it's just portrayed. So I think people just assumed the Magic set was also jokey. I thought it was fine. It was a bit cheesy in places, but I actually enjoy Magic sets that aren't as serious because it means they can have some humor. We literally just had the Phyrex innovation not too long ago. Like, loosen up.
Yeah, I think it was like a nice kind of cultural reset of just like like tone of just like not everything is always doom and gloom and body horror. Like sometimes we can have fun, and that involves a lot of our villains wearing hats.
And skies on Ixalan, which we're not allowed apparently.
Take away the artist's blue pens.
Can't imagine just like whoever said like there's too much sky on this art. So
it's just
good.
one guy right on Twitter.
It's so good.
It's one guy with like multiple burner accounts.
Some players.
Yeah. I mean, I'm about to some players. Modern Horizons 3. Themes were fun. Energy, Eldrazi, and Modified were all called out as compelling and exciting themes.
Yeah, Adam, you loved it.
Nobody can see that.
Although numerous people stated they would be happy to never see Annihilator again. I actually am an Annihilator apologist, and I think Annihilator's fine.
What does Annihilator do again?
So it'll be like Annihilator X, and it's like when this creature attacks, the defending player sacks X permanents.
Okay.
It's a Kerri mechanic because it's incredibly toxic.
It could be lands if you've got nothing left.
Yeah, it can.
Yes.
Okay.
But what it does do is it finishes a game.
Yeah.
And it should finish a game because it's on a freaking kaiju most of the time. So like it makes sense, and I'm fine.
It's also flavorful to the Eldrazi. It's what they do.
Like devouring and and corrupting and destroying. So all good. That's and then lessons. Lessons is stop making modern a rotating format. In terms of power, 2 cards have balance issues. It's hard to talk about Modern Horizons 3 without discussing 2 cards. Nardu is dominating constructed formats, and then referring Chrysalis upsetting many limited games.
Writhing Chrysalis.
A lot of players.
I got you.
Sure. It's early. I haven't slept.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I got
And
you.
these are bogus
Adam can't speak
fucking
English.
words. Yeah, I can't speak English. Yeah. Nardu Winged Wisdom was a mistake, obviously, and will probably be being banned today. But why put out an article being like these cards are destroying our constructed formats whilst they're still legal?
I think it's better than just not acknowledging it at all. Like, if Mark Rose had put this thing out and just put, some people think Nardu Winged Wisdom's a bit too good for modern, that's going to cause a lot of fallback.
That's true. That's fair.
Sometimes you have to just like take a small L instead of a bigger L, and I think that's what's happened here.
Yeah.
I'm really excited in the edit to smash cut to a black screen that says, and Nardu wasn't banned.
Can you imagine if it's not bad today?
I'll just put the the screenshot of the bands.
So that
Now.
is design nonsense. So Duskmourn, my Jurassic World Transformers tie-in idea. Tom, what was yours?
Can I?
Yeah,
I know what yours is going to be. Mine's Ghostbusters. I know what yours is.
Do you know what mine is?
Yeah, it's Saw.
No.
Oh.
Saw would be cool.
So Tom's was Ghostbusters. That makes a lot of sense.
They've got
Mine's
It's
probably
not
more out there,
Ghostbusters.
but I think it would be cooler if they did it.
It's just going to be Simpsons.
Yes. So Duskmourn.
Treehouse of Horror, let's go.
Yes, it's Treehouse of
That's how
Horror.
you were going to get Simpsons in.
Yeah. So Duskmourn's subtitle is House of Horrors. So you could do Treehouse of Horror.
Wait, has Magic the Gathering ever been featured in The Simpsons before?
Probably.
They
It's
always
been
tell
featured on
them.
South
Always-
Park. I don't
It's
think
on-
it's been featured
yeah.
on Simpsons.
They always tell the future, so if it's
Yeah.
there somewhere,
True.
then
Give me a Bart as the Raven Stormcrow reprint.
I just want the
And
Killer Krusty doll.
Yeah. Yeah, but it should flip. It should be a flip card from Good to
Yeah.
Evil. Yeah. I think there's enough there that they could do it and it would land really well. I don't think you do a generic Simpsons set ever because they're just people. But I think Treehouse of Horror moving into supernatural and weird tropes, and this
You
set
could
is
have
just horror
Groundskeeper
tropes.
Willie as
they
Freddy.
they have to have Mr. Burns floating when he's
Oh, the little
eating all
alien.
that green.
That's the X-Files, though, but I'll
They
allow
need,
it.
yeah, but that would be so hilarious if they.
But you could do
just put him in
Vampire.
there.
You could do Vampire Mr. Burns. Like, I think there's just
Yes.
loads of things you could do Vampire Mr. Burns as like the old decrepit Edgar Markov card.
Yeah.
So I was like there's enough there's enough for me there that I think it works. And annoyingly I think Tom's idea actually will be the one they do.
They should
I
do
hope-
it, I think. I think
I-
Ghostbusters is just so popular.
Yeah.
And there's like card art in Duskmourn that has something very similar to what the Ghostbusters used.
Yeah.
It's-
They've got the
True.
little PK
Yeah.
scanner thing. They literally carry them with them in the story.
Yeah.
It's,
I just want Bart as a Raven Stormcrow reprint. Give it
I
to
think we
me.
all do, but
Nevermore.
the worst thing is
Nevermore.
I can see the collector's bundle box. Like I can see a version of that as the Simpsons TV.
Yeah, give me
I just
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. They might just be like, "Hey guys, we're doing Simpsons," and then Adam and Emma scream.
And then I am financially irresponsible for a very long time.
Yeah.
it would be this
If
week
they
if they
announce
announce
the
it.
Simpsons, I'm buying too many collector boosters. And
Yeah, I believe Duskmourn previews start on the 31st, so this coming weekend at PAX West. So maybe.
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
I started talking about Simpsons, and Chewie was like, "I need to leave the room."
Yeah, I noticed it going. I was going to say something, but
just sat
yeah, I
there.
think I saw somebody mentioning Saw because there was some mention in the story of. I haven't caught up on the story. There's some kind of like cult who live in Duskmourn, and there's something to do with like razor blades, or
Oh, sure.
and then people are like Saw mentioned. So
There was that guy on the TV screen
And
looking
the
over
guy on
people
TV,
running
yeah.
away. Yeah,
That would be cool. Yeah.
I just know Tyvar's the jock, and that makes me laugh because that is just so perfect.
he is so dead.
I love how they've done that with they've done all the horror movie tropes between the characters. It's pretty cool.
Anyway, we can stop talking about Simpsons because I can see Kerri just turning to dust. Beyond the VTuber. We have a really quick announcement. I got to not dox myself again.
Oh, actually, my original hope, speaking because it's right behind me, I can see it. It was Dead by Daylight. I would have loved a Dead by Daylight.
Please no.
I think
That's a good
I think it's too niche. I also think Dead by Daylight is doing what Duskmourn's doing, which is using horror tropes to convey its themes and mechanics.
Yeah.
But they just did a D&D crossover with Dead
That's
by
true.
Daylight, which is what made me
Okay.
think. So maybe
Sure.
that.
But also Dead by Daylight, people do NFT stuff, or they used to, so
I
Risky.
think they went back on that because
And
there was a lot of backlash on it
the community
when
went
they
on.
announced it.
I'm still waiting for the day where I can just rant and scream about a Yakuza secret lair.
I fucking wish.
Or Overwatch, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Give me a Naruto secret. Hey, we got ninjas.
Quickly moving on. I will share this very, very quickly and we'll move on to our main topic. I'll try to be quick. Jesus Christ, we're already at an hour.
We're doing good.
Laughing. It's because we were just laughing at some players for 35 minutes. Right. So.
Hey, we were just finishing the Upkeep last episode.
Yeah, it's true. We are having a playmat made because Tom is incredibly good at taking ideas and making them a reality. So we are pondering how to make a playmat that felt like us and felt clean. And we were going down we don't want to put our logo on a thing. And then Tom was like, well, you came up with the entire mantra of the podcast like nearly a year ago. Jesus Christ. Being scuffed as fuck. That should be the kind of thing that we lean into for our first playmats. So Tom has done this Tom is in the ooze phase right now.
I'm in my slimy boy era.
Yeah. So we've lent into that. I will have a yellow one made. Tom is getting kind of hot pink one made. And then when eventually we do make these for sale, we will do our blue as a version for people to buy. However, we are also making, which I've just realized Tom has named Snot.
This is not great.
We are.
Can you make a purple one?
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah,
I'll make a purple one.
I'll make a purple one. So we are going to make one-off versions of these for events. So the one upcoming Command Fest in London, Twickenham, will be your chance to win Snot. We don't want to do, and I've been a staunch believer of, I don't want to do retweet and follow giveaways. So the way for you to be in a chance to win this at Command Fest London is to...
Hello, it's Ed. This is Tom here. We changed the rules of the competition after the episode, so I thought I'd just cut in and give you the new ones. So basically, find us at Command Fest, get one of the stickers that we'll have, and then post a picture of it on Twitter, tag us, follow us, all that good stuff.
And then you'll be entered into a chance to win this. So have a positive interaction with us at the event, and then you've got a chance to win. Nice and simple.
Just go and slaughter them at a game of Commander.
Yeah. I mean, that typically is what happens anyway.
The last time we did this, it was a bloodbath. We got annihilated.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So we did it for MagicCon in Amsterdam, and the decks we made weren't great. And then we got absolutely bodied.
That's what you get for doing EDH rec shuffle Commanders.
And Kron. But yeah, we got absolutely destroyed. It was fun though. It was a really, really cool time. And I think that was the thing that we get to take away and be like, we did that and it was great and it was fun and everyone had a good time and it was a positive experience. So yeah. Anyway, to win our snot-coloured playmat,
Snot green.
Snot green playmat. Find me or Tom at Command Fest London. Play a game with us. We'll be jamming games pretty much all weekend. I think I'm only doing one event. Tom, how many events are you planning on doing? I'm doing Adam's.
Probably just
Adam's event. Yeah. So, or you can play us during Adam's event, and then we'll be like, "Hey, do you want to win a playmat?" And then you can follow us and whatnot. So that is your chance to win that. More info on this stuff soon.
Can you make some mugs and t-shirts as well? I'm a mug collector, so I need some more mugs.
Right, all right, we'll put the order in.
Thank you.
We're hopefully going to get stickers as well. It's logo to be given out. So yeah. I was going for the
stickers.
90s, 80s, 90s gross out. The toys in the 90s, like Toxic Crusaders and that. That's why I was like Snot green.
Toxic waste.
Yeah, slime.
Yeah.
All the good stuff. Slime's back, isn't it? Aren't they? Kids these days. Anyway,
we need to start farming short form snippets. So I've literally put in here Commander player red flags. Basically a discussion around Commander habits that are alarming to you. I don't know why I phrased it like that. I think I was tired.
Let's make a note. Okay.
I'm happy to go first, but I think my one might take up a bit of time.
I've got a really good quick one.
You go first, because I feel like all I've done is spoke.
It's just people with grimy sleeves or a grimy playmat. Just really, I can't.
Wash your playmats, you scruffs.
It's the most Tom answer.
There was a guy at work. I played against this guy, and his playmat looked like it had been burnt. And his sleeves were they were white sleeves. And you know when people buy a white car and they never clean it?
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a mucky pup, buy black sleeves.
Is it like when you get a white PlayStation or Xbox controller and then you've used it and
it's like a
cheese?
It turns cream.
Yeah.
It looked like they'd been weathered. Like you put paint on, you rub paint off to make something look old, but this was real.
Being stained with tea bags.
We had a rota at the game that I worked at, which was like whose job is it to like take like a nail file and like get the grime of all the secondhand controllers.
So I used to love doing that. I would get like gloves on and I would just sit there being like, I'm cleaning. Yeah. Like let me do this. It's so satisfying, but also disgusting at the same time. Taking people's like PlayStations apart and just air dusting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, nasty.
So yeah, that's
just also very therapeutic.
Get yourself a dark playmat. Get yourself some dark sleeves. There you go. Be mucky. But
and people can't see you're nasty.
Yeah, like reaching for my cards to read them. Like, I'll read it.
Yeah, that's my biggest commander pet peeve. People don't ask to look at cards.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's fair.
Yeah.
If I'm playing with people that I don't really know that well, and people are like, "Oh, I play this card," I'm sat there like, I don't know what the fuck your card does, but I'm also too scared to ask because I feel bad because I'm scared that you might be like, "Why don't you know what this card does?"
I would rather people ask us, "Can I have a look?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure, totally fine." But if you just go yoink, and it's like, "Okay, buddy."
Oh yeah, I tend to just lean like when I played Standard for Thunder Junction, I would just look, kind of like hover over them and like try and look at the card, like snapping my neck, trying to read their cards because I didn't want to touch it, and they'd like spin it around, and I'd be like, "Thank you." I didn't want to touch it.
I don't mind it with people I know.
Yeah, when it's strangers,
and
I don't know, like if they have dirty sleeves and dirty playmats. It's like, okay, if the card's worth hundreds of dollars, it's just good manners more than anything. And I think that just bothers me sometimes because it's, it's to me it's straightforward, but
it's somebody else's belongings. You're not
right.
It's also, I just don't like, have you washed your hands recently? I don't know. Get your disgusting little gross hands away from my cards, you nasty.
Don't get me started about that. Following people out the toilet because I know they haven't washed their hands and making sure I know where they sit so I don't play against them. Like, please.
Keeping a mental log of everyone who's
I do. I've got it.
Texting
people because I'm in there. I've seen somebody leave and not wash their hands. I'm texting them like, let me know who comes out the toilet next because I don't want to play against them.
My one is probably, it's not a controversial one, but my one is like something I've been noticing more and more, especially with the kind of uptick in like commander gameplay, like YouTube shows and streams and whatnot, which is people need to stop. Right, when it is your turn, that is like the talking stick, and you can like talk and communicate and do whatever you want. When it's not your turn, like wait for a call and response. Like shut the fuck up. Sorry, it's rude. Like this is not a time for you to do your Type 5 comedy bit about how Universes Beyond sucks. Like we're trying to play a game. We're trying to go through motions. So like, I've been trying to, as someone, this is like, I'm not beating the Adam likes to yap accusations here, but like when it's actively not my turn, I am like turning my mic off and like on spell table, but like or in person play, I'm trying to take a seat back and let the person whose active turn it is or whose action is on them, like be the one to initiate conversation or dialogue or anything like that. That's the only thing about me. It's just, but also I hate noise that isn't the sound of my own voice. Apparently.
They know, Adam. They've watched the podcast.
Yeah. Last episode, I literally spoke until my voice was raw. I couldn't speak anymore.
When I was editing it, I was looking at the audio tracks, and yours was just solid, just a solid block.
Yeah. Well, leave me alone. I also hate silence. Without you. I also hate long gaps of silence. So that's been a battle for even me to like, if someone's like thinking or taking their turn, not to like just jump in and be like, "Aha, funny quit."
That's like one thing that I'm bad. Like, I'm fine with silence, but I know some people aren't okay with it. So I try to compensate for it because I don't want people to feel awkward, but I'm also very socially awkward myself. So I can't make small talk and I can't converse with people unless I'm like really comfortable with them, which is why I'm scared to play spell table games with people that I don't know very well. Like, I'll happily play a game with like Adam and Tom, but like other people, I'm like, I don't really know people that well, so I'm scared.
Yeah, it's fair.
But it's hard.
Kerri or Tom, have you got another one?
Oh, I've probably got loads. Let me think.
I've written them down for once. I'm prepared.
Oh, go on. If you've got another one.
One thing that I hate, and this is just a personal thing that I dislike, I hate politics at the table. Like, I hate people when, like, I hate it because it's so annoying. Like, it's, okay. I get it, and it's something that, like, this is kind of like going a bit off, but like when people do politics when they're playing Monopoly, like that's something which is like I never knew until I played Monopoly like in my adult years. But it's when people do it when playing Magic, it's just, I don't know, it takes away from the game, in my opinion, because if I'm playing with my partner, for example, I can easily say something that will win him from not hitting me. Like, I've got like power over him.
You should use that.
This is
I do.
There you go.
This is such an autistic, like, strong sense of moral justice answer. I love it.
It's just, I think it takes, like, I don't know. I get it, but also it's kind of like, can we just not? Because then I'm sat here trying to argue with the other people why they shouldn't hit me. I don't know. That's mine.
I think politics is net good. I think the arch enemy being like, don't hit me, I'll let you draw. I think that's bad. I think I think the one or two players that are really far behind or need to catch up politicking to get ahead or teaming up to get ahead is fine. But yeah, when you're egregiously affront and being like, don't kill my like one piece that is stopping the game from progressing, I think that's probably fine. It's like me in that game with Kristen being like, don't kill my Machias. Like, you're playing a human deck, I don't care. Don't kill the thing that just shuts off your entire deck, please.
You should never politic with the person ahead. There's never a need. Never a need.
And that's also true for real life.
Yes. You'll never win. They'll win.
I mean, there has been a case where I think it was my partner was playing Balin, and obviously when the way that he plays Balin is he equips everything to Balin and he can just one hit you and you're fucked. So I have done politics with him before where I've I can't remember what I was playing, but I was very close to being able to like hit him next turn. And I think he was aware of that, and I tried to like politics my way out of it. And he thankfully did just like one shot my friend who we were playing with. But then I fucked up and didn't win anyway, so it was kind of a waste of time. But it's the one thing that I think it just makes games go on a bit too long because you're sat there like squabbling amongst each other sometimes.
You need to get with better politicians. That's what.
I mean, we're all neurodivergent people aren't good at politics.
I think one of my major ones is people who can't lose respectfully.
Yeah.
Drives me mad.
Yeah. I always say to people, playing Commander, it's like, people will still like you if you lose. You don't have to win to be likable. This is not a win-lose. It's not win-lose means you're likable. You just got to be a good sport. Simple as that.
This kind of goes back to what we were saying last episode as well about playing for fun versus playing to win. Also, we got a lot of comments on that. People saying, "Well, I enjoy playing. It's fun for me to win. That's why I play." And like, yeah, buddy, you are the one. You're the one I don't want to play with.
I mean, there are people that get enjoyment out of winning. I get it. It gives a nice fuzzy feeling. It feels like you've done something. But sometimes everyone just has a different outlook on what that should be. And if you really enjoy winning and see it as fun, I recommend competitive Magic because that's really rewarding as well.
Or just have a play group who are on that page at least.
Yeah, that was the thing we were trying to get at, right? Which is most of the time, most people's incentive for playing Magic is not. Right, well, playing Commander is to not win. That's not the primary objective. So it's being on the same wavelength as, your pod is for people, minimum.
Commander
usually.
is a social construct.
Yes.
More than anything.
This is our point. And we were saying, like, if you've got a pod and all 4 people objectives is to win, your base, regardless of power level your deck, you're playing in a CDH mindset, right?
Yeah.
So you're effectively playing CDH, but maybe off meta. And that was our biggest thing we were trying to say, and everyone was just like, "Well, I like winning." And we're like, "Okay, that's fine.
You're allowed
but
to."
That's not what we're trying to say.
But
I think people take that a bit too like strong. Because I like if I'm playing Magic, I don't care if I lose, if I go out first or I go out second, whatever. It's like it's not the end of the world for me because I'm playing with people because I want to, and I'm having fun playing the game. And like, to me, I'm also still learning. So when people get really salty about it and they like, they'll say stuff like, I'll remember that like next time we play or something. And it's like, it's not that deep. Like, it's just a game.
It's not
like,
Telltale Walking Dead. You do not have to remember this.
It's not a TV series. There's no grudges that go into other games. Like, come on.
I mean, you should remember if someone's deck does something. Remember what the deck does, but don't be like, "Oh, you beat me this one time. I've got to get you."
Remembering like infinite combos and stuff is fine, but just trying to push somebody out because they blew up my Soul Ring, like mental misstep my Soul Ring in the previous game, is not that kind of thing. Right?
Yeah,
it's weird.
Just red flag. People having hissy fits when they lose. It's like, no, just get on with it. It's not that serious.
This is a new player red flag. I don't see
play against. Name and shame.
No, it's Tom. The things I saw in Amsterdam and MagicCon. Jesus Christ.
So I didn't leave you alone that long.
Yeah, that's it. New players not taking free attacks. It's not much of a red flag as it's an internal red flag because it does something to me that I don't like. Being a green-red X player, of just being like, you could smash their face for free, and it's like there's no drawback here. I think it is a new player hurdle, but I think it's more like me watching it. Actually, it's more of a red flag on me rather than
there is. I like in the amount of Commander games that I play, there tends to be, I don't want to say like an allergic reaction, but there's just hesitation to utilize the combat step.
Yeah.
In Magic, the commander damage exists for a reason. Like you can treat everyone that's on 21 life instead of 40. Like that is a tool you can use. And combat damage ends games. Like you can just start a new one. This is why I have Andrag the Mole God. Like I want to just like beat people in end games. Like just get aggressive and just get on with it.
This is why 70% of my decks win by making 4/4s. It's because I need to hit you with the combat step. So
this also reminds me of another red flag I have.
Yeah.
Go on if you want to go, Kerri.
I was just going to say, I understand that because I sometimes get scared. Like if I'm kind of like, I don't want to lose my little creature that I just got out, but also I could easily just hit them it's depend because I don't know what decks have in them. Like obviously you guys have got the knowledge of like, oh, this person's playing a blue-black, so they most likely have this card and these cards kind of thing. Because
the problem with that is you're then antagonizing them, I find, which means you're going to get hit next.
That's fine because if you go, it's fine because if I hit Emma in Magic, Jesus Christ, if I hit Emma. And then I'm shields down, and then Tom hits me. Now Tom's shields are down. Now Kerri can hit, and then we're moving through a game rather than going, here is a wall.
It's creating inevitability.
Like here is a wall. Go. Like the amount of draw land, play a wall, like just a big guy as a blocker pass. Like it's just not. Like it's not moving a game through the motions that a natural game of Magic has to go through. If your attacks are all bad, 100%, do what you need to do to stabilize. But like, if I've got free attack, I'm hitting you with a 4/4.
Tunnel vision is a thing that also exists in Commander. People spend too long looking at their own board states and not actually looking at the other 3 players. And like, I've made that mistake in the past. I've been so wrapped up in what I'm doing. I'm like, oh yeah, there's 3 other players at this table. I should probably
interact,
go into the red zone, do create some movement. And there's been cases for me where I've done some bad attacks just to start something, just to get that ball rolling, because a lot of the times it just feels like a Mexican standoff. Everyone's just pointing guns at each other and nothing happens.
Hit people. in Magic.
Or just play Toxtril.
No, don't play Toxtril. This is the biggest issue with Fabric. Like when you were like, I'm like, good. I don't have to like pretend that Toxtril is like a fun and engaging commander anymore. And then I was like, and I was like, Kerri's guessing. I was like, I'm talking about fucking Toxtril being okay. It's never okay.
Toxtril's, the more players you have at the table, the worse Toxtril is what I found. When I'm playing Toxtril and Brawl, it's a lot harder to win games with it.
I think Toxtril at a table is bad. Anyway,
I've got a red flag.
Go, Tom, please.
What was it? Oh God, I've mind blanked. What is it?
I've got one.
Rolling a dice to see you're gonna hit.
Just hit, yeah.
Don't own it. Don't blame the dice. Just pick
if you don't know which, what's the rhyme? If you don't know the player to hit who, look for the player that's playing blue. It's my typical.
Don't do that.
It's my typical stance on things.
No, don't do that. Don't listen to
I'm
Adam.
playing blue. Hit you a rhino.
No.
That's just how this is going to happen.
If you know what they're playing, just look at the commanders. Which one's the strongest? Hit them.
Yeah.
If you don't know which one the strongest is, just literally just pick somebody.
Which one are you probably not going to be able to attack soon? That's usually what I do. Yeah.
I just ask who's the most problematic person at the table, and then I hit.
Honestly, there's nothing. I still ask people who like what the problem is or who's
Yeah, I think it's like I've only ever played a commander game once with like two random people. It was me and my partner, and then two randoms at my LGS. And this was the game where we were doing Planeswalk, and they had like Doctor Who decks and stuff. And I had no idea what their commanders did. It was like really confusing, and I'm not great at remembering stuff on the spot. So I kept asking like, oh yeah, what does your commander do again? And I was like, is this person a problem? Should I get rid of them? But I think like asking questions is a fine thing to do as well.
Yeah, just make sure you ask at least two people, because if you ask somebody who the threat is and they're the threat, they're going to say somebody else. So you want to check. You want to at least get another opinion. Mm-hmm. Did you have another one, Emma?
I did, and it's around the card Cyclonic Rift and how people do not know how to play with that card properly.
Yeah.
So my take is that people use Cyclonic Rift defensively, where they should be using it aggressively.
Yeah, it's a game ender, isn't it?
As I said earlier in this recording, a lot of board wipes add 45 minutes onto this commander game. Cyclonic Rift is like the top of that table. Don't get me wrong, the card's great, but it feels like people treat it as like a safety button, so I don't die, but also nothing's happening. So you're probably just gonna die at some point anyway. And every time somebody plays that card and it's like, I'm doing this so I don't die, and everyone else is on like we've soft reset the game, I'm just like, okay, great, can we just shuffle up and start a new game, because we know how this is going to play out. We're going to play all the same cards again.
It's just a less egregious version. It's a less egregious version of Armageddon Go.
I'm somebody, so I'm fairly, I don't play as much Commander as I should, but I also like my games to be under 2 hours, and I value quantity as much as quality, and quality doesn't necessarily mean the games go long. That means it's good. So
I think what I've recently done in a lot of my deck building and card quality choices is making sure either I am such a threat that I'm taking out first, or this game is not going longer than an hour. Either mean I get to like leave the table. If I'm done.
I get it with the Mole God. I play an 8/4 for 4 mana that has extra combat step on it. Like if I'm casting that card, I'm probably going to do something pretty gross soon. So that is like a lightning rod for interaction and inevitability, which is great.
That's good. It moves the game forward.
Moves the game, which is how it should be. But Cyclonic Rift does not.
I've got one more. I don't think we can move on.
This is the last one, so you know it's going to be good.
It's not that good. I think this is like a common one. Not knowing what the killer cards in your deck are.
Me, I feel attacked.
Is like I'm also massively guilty of this, but like if someone says like, what does your deck do, and you're just like, basically just read out your commander, I don't think that is useful information to the rest of the table. I think being able to be like, these are the 3 or 4 cards you should watch out for, or like these are the things I'm going to be doing. These are the loops or patterns I'm going to be doing that you need to prepare for. That once my engine is going, or I am effectively, this is the problem that I'm going to present, and these are the answers that you need to have. I am guilty of this. Back to that Barocas game, I was like, these are the things it's trying to do. It's trying to flood the board with party and then make a bunch of treasures and then win with XYZ. Completely forgetting that Mikaeus the Unhallowed is a busted fucking magic card. When I played that, there was no, like, the pod could not deal with it. And like, Christian was like, but you knew you had that in your deck. And I was like, yes. I just didn't think it was that much of a problem. However, because I was like, I'm going to play it on like turn 5, turn 6, not turn 4. And Mikaeus will just shut down people. And I think also being able to go, Christian was like, how many edicts do you have in your deck? And I was like, well, I run the entire Fleshbag Marauder package if it fits into the party, which most of them do. So like 4 or 5. And with Mikaeus out, that's just I'm double edicting each time. And I'm sitting there with like 3 of them in my hand. I'm like, I feel really bad. So yeah, I think for me, like, not knowing powerful synergies or cards that can potentially not shut down a deck, but make it like incredibly hard for a deck or a player to get through that without having a well-crafted hand is a bit of a red flag for me. And that one's hard because you don't see it until it's too late. Yeah, honestly.
I don't know what any of my decks do. I just pick the ones that look cool and I play them. Like, I know Merfolk, like I play Merfolk, and people are like, I think people know what to expect when Merfolk come out, especially if if I'm playing Simic, people will know that that's going to be disgusting. And I'm just like, the colors are fun. And that's like, my brain's just dead.
A lot of the typal commanders they printed for like Ixalan and stuff recently have been very like, this is what that creature type wants to do anyway, and they're not really pushing the boundaries there. So like, you're playing what's his face, the new blue-green Merfolk. It's like, he's doing Merfolk things. Like,
I don't know if it's a red flag, but we're talking about, it's a similar topic to this. I don't understand when people come up to you and go, oh yeah, my deck wins on turn 5. How do you know that?
Does it?
That's sort of if you have a really good hand.
How do you know that? Is your deck just that good?
I mean,
Can you just win
my
no matter
deck
what?
also wins on turn 5. It's called gold fishing.
Does it always win on turn 5 though?
It could be sooner.
Actually,
Who knows?
I guess I got gold fishing.
I'm really bad at that, but the other way. So I go, oh yeah, this deck wins on like turn 6,
and then it wins on turn 3.
And then it wins on, And I'm like, I accidentally made a CDH deck.
I'm not even aware of what turn it is when I'm playing a game. I ain't got a clue.
Sometimes.
Yeah. It would go off land, but like sometimes you miss lands, so you can't remember what is happening.
Maybe that's a red flag on me. I don't know what round we're on.
In the game on Saturday where Connor made us play like 9 lads, at one point he goes, what turn is it? And I'm like, Connor, I have no fucking clue. You've made everyone like, this is a fucking warp world over here. I've got 1,000 lands out. You're giving me 8 mana per turn. Like, I don't know what turn it is. Yeah. But yeah, I'm bad at, like, I think my decks are probably slower than they are. Sorry. Yes, that's the correct phrasing. So I'll go like, oh yeah, this deck's like turn 7, turn 8, and then it's like doing really fast.
Turn 2, everyone's dead.
Yeah, that was my first experience with you, where you were like, oh, I'm just playing this little what was it? Your Rhino deck, and then you dropped to. I think it was Gear, and then you dropped an enormous dinosaur on turn 3, and we were dead by turn 4.
The crushing, what's his face?
It was something.
The dinosaur that makes XX triple dinosaur was how much damage you did. Which is disgusting because you just keep making more and it doesn't stop. Yeah.
Oh, it's just a little Rhino deck.
That wasn't that fast though. It was just a lot very quickly. Anyway. Thank you for letting us farm your opinions for TikToks. I need to share my screen again. Jesus Christ.
I put a link to a card and
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. Thank you. I'm doing so much work this episode, Tom. You should be proud of me.
I'm proud of you, man. You're doing really good.
Wait, I'm going to send you an actual picture of the actual image.
Is it the Dillac? I've got the English version here.
Yeah, but the image quality on Scryfall is dog shit. So I sent you an
Kerri,
actual
Our
good.
entire format relies on Scryfall.
I mean,
Oh, that's
you can
fine.
still show. Yeah, you can still
I've got the
just-
English version.
I mean, it is the English version. Don't worry.
I
Yeah,
haven't
fine.
looked at this, so I'm very excited.
I was going to bring the French version of Fatal Push.
Ooh, that's
Why?
a good one.
What to do?
It's just called Pussy Fatale. I don't know how to speak French, so it could not be that, but it
yeah,
reads like
You know
that.
what
It's the
lightning
French
bolt
for a
is in
Geordie
German?
accent, it's right.
No.
Bitch slug.
It's so good.
It's real good.
I love it.
Fire screen, this one.
Because you can go, bitch slug you. And it's like, okay, I guess. Let's go.
Fish slug the bird.
Finally, moving over to the Sicko Zone Hall of Fame. We have 2 submissions. Thank you, guests. Emma is bored.
I love him. I love the
at
little
it.
chicken nugget man. He's a little chicken. He's a little angry chicken nugget.
From Judgment.
The original printing of Anger, like since
Yeah.
it's been reprinted a bunch, it's less Angry Stone Baby than it is currently.
Did
Yeah.
John Avon
Hey,
build
went back
this?
to it, though.
Yeah, this is John Avon, and this is like something people don't realize because John Avon tends to do like cool like land art and stuff, but he just did an Angry Stone Baby in Judgment.
Is it like a statue? Is it like a model?
So look
It
at
looks
the
real.
look at
It's
the
incarnation.
It could be real. He could have just like got some tinfoil and made a thing, I guess. But my favorite bit is the flavor text, which is for its time as a mortal, Anger chose the shell of a boiling rock. So he chose to be this little angry boiling stone baby instead of something cool and exciting, maybe like a mountain.
Or like modern anger.
Yeah. It's just so good.
The glow up is very good. Jesus Christ.
The card itself is like fine. There's no nuance in the design.
This is art. This
When-
is fine.
when you
I just
said
found.
when you said I needed to find like a Sicko weird card, I was like, I've got the one for you.
I just found a John Avon altar. If you want to pop that open,
Where have you put it?
yeah, in the Discord.
Okay.
John Avon himself.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Love it.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's just big short guy syndrome, kind of, right? Just like this
yeah.
little guy
it
that's
just
getting
looks
pissed.
like when there's that there's like a very specific time in like a toddler's like upbringing where they look like a drunk, angry Brexit person.
Yeah.
It's that energy, or it's like they're not like looking like a child. Like they look like a toddler. Yeah, they still look like a baby, but they're just like they look like they want to tell you that all the immigrants stole the jobs. So like it's there for me, which is I think very good.
It's just very literal as well.
Yeah.
Someone is literally
it's-
angry in the art.
It is weird that like. Because I actually don't think the modern version of anger is a manifestation of
It just looks like
Anger.
a fire elemental or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then actual anger is like, yeah, he do be angry.
Yeah.
Someone stole his Capri Sun.
These are snackies.
He's got his straw.
I also
stole his
love how
pouch.
there's no sense of scale.
Yeah, right?
He like tiny. Like
It looks like he's holding a match.
I do see him as small.
small. Okay.
He's a tiny little guy.
Tom, where does this go?
We've got to base off. We always base off Sorrow's Path.
Yeah, Sorrow's
That
Path
card
has
is
become like
awful.
it's become like our benchmark for like how
It's also
Ah,
good
it's-
because then it's basically top 10 if it's better than Sorrow's Path.
I think it is.
I
think it goes above Old Man.
Old Man's pretty good though.
Because then you've got Old Man and then Angry Baby. Which I'm happy to do just for
Now-
that bit.
Remember what you're putting that above if you're going above Old Man.
It does go above Indestructible
Just
Aura.
open
which makes me
Indestructible
really
Aura
sad.
for me, just so I can.
Tom does this every fucking episode.
Oh, is it the
Right.
bird that does
yeah.
it? Yeah.
I got it.
He looks so
So
happy.
good.
He's so cool.
So good.
So smug.
Theodore.
Why is he throwing gang signs?
We don't know. This is why we need a Theodore legend, so we can work out what is his lore, what is his backstory. I think it actually might go it might go above that. I think it goes either below or I think it goes above Old Man.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm going to call it Anger
Judgment, right?
Baby.
Yeah, baby.
And then Kerri.
Oh, it's a Mercadian Masks, which is one of my favourites.
Kerri's got body horror.
Oh,
I
nice.
brought a horror ussy.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh wait, it's a hole.
It's a whole.
It's a whole pussy fatal.
Dalrak is a 6/6 horror for 6 and a black trample. You may sacrifice 3 black creatures instead of playing its mana cost. Blah blah blah. It's a horror ussy. Yeah.
So many faces in the art as well.
Yeah.
Very
I was
Resident Evil.
looking for weird cards that I just have never seen, and this has literally only been printed once. I don't know what this Mercadian Masks is.
Oh, I love Mercadian Masks. Why does it have a spike dick as well?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
There's a lot to take in there.
But it's also 7 mana, which
This is really
we love
upsetting.
7 mana horrors. It's got no head, but it's got shoulders.
So unlike
So no head.
Anger and Camouflage, there are a lot of cards here that I feel the more you look at them, the funnier they get. Whereas this is deeply unsettling.
The more you look at it, the scarier you get.
I'm not happy about this at all. Okay.
He's just a little guy.
The flavor text is kind of harrowing as well.
It's
The souls of its victims, like jewels on a chain.
And it's Todd Lockwood, who did Path. I've got to do my little artist thing. He did Path and Azusa.
Tom likes, what we like to do sometimes is, because we laugh at the art, is remind people that the artists are actually good. And
I mean, that art is
direction.
sick, but
Yeah.
he did Sun Titan as well.
Okay. Sun Titan, classic.
Oh, Sun Titan and Dalrak, the 1-2 punch.
I think I kind of like it. I mean, I like it. It's cool.
He's a cheap little guy.
It's 3
would
creatures.
put it probably, hear me out, under Bird throwing up the horns.
I can see that. I can see that.
I think it because it is. I think it's the first egregiously sexual card we have on here.
Wait, hang on. We've got Elvish Bard, don't forget.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah,
It's pretty sexy.
Hang on, and Amulet of Quas.
yeah. Amulet, of course, we had to blur out on YouTube. I think it goes below Indestructible Aura.
Yeah,
I think it's quite high ranking.
I'm happy with that.
Okay. Oh my god, can I work Google Sheets? Jesus fucking Christ. Can't speak English. Can't work Google Sheets.
You got to type that name.
These are all skills you
Horror,
need
Ussy.
in the podcasting.
Hey, it's fitting for Duskmourn,
I'm now I do love how now though there's because it used to be themes where we put in the exact version.
Yeah,
and now
you've
I'm
just
just
gone
putting
off.
in just random bits.
Just completely off the rails.
I mean, the baby one you immediately get if you're looking at the different art variations.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
If somebody
But
said
that's
anger
what-
baby to me, I would know exactly.
It's what is horror Ussy? Cool. That is us done. Hello. Did you know 74% of you are not subscribed? Made that number up. Don't know what it is.
It's about that, I think.
Yeah. Numbers talk actually very, very quickly. I know people love this when we do this. Kerri, it was really funny that the moment you left, we went from 98% male to 100% male. So
I still watch the videos though. How does that?
I don't know.
How does that work?
But I'm already writing up my email to Dude Wipes and Manscaped, being like, We're your
Get that ball deodorant.
yeah. Mainly because I wanted to see Tom do an ad read for Shave Your Balls. And then... so yeah, please like and subscribe. Follow us on everywhere. We are still on the hunt for 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Yes.
So if you like incoherent babbling, we can do it more and do it live.
I'm still on the hunt for a Spotify review because we still haven't got one.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of like 5 stars.
Yeah, but
like
I want to read some funny things. Give me some funny to read.
I don't know how many of them are like my family members and not
me.
actual people. Yeah, it's just Kerri and their 8 sock puppet accounts on Spotify. So yeah, please, like we said at the start, engage, do all the things. Thank you to our guests. Kerri, where can people find you?
I am Bad Manner Fluence on all social media, all one word. Not Bad Manner Influence, it's Bad Manner Fluence.
Follow Kerri on twitch.tv/badmannerfluence.
The amount of times I typed Bad Manner Influence.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, people get it.
Kerri has started up their streams again, which is fantastic. And Emma, where can people find you?
The best place to find me right now is on Twitter, Emma D. Partlow. There is a Linktree link on my profile, which has all my articles and Herald Torn podcast and everything else. So yeah, Emma D. Partlow on Twitter.
Go listen to Herald Torn, it's great.
I was just really quickly checking for the bans. They haven't happened yet, so...
Okay.
No, the bans will happen in about 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
3 hours. Because it's
Americans gotta wake
Seattle
up.
time,
I won't keep
which is
refreshing
like
Twitter.
8 hours. So
Yeah.
We should all go out and bang our saucepans when Nabu's banned.
You know when somebody wins at the footy and there's just cars?
Yeah. But there's but only one person on the street actually cares about football. So it's like
everyone just wants to get in on the fun.
like what the? Cool. You can find Tom and me on Twitter and stuff. I'm really good at doing guests. Terrible at us.
Everyone's links will be down below, including ours and our guests.
We'll do that.
So make sure you go and support.
Sure.
And yeah, you've done that. Sorry, I'm out of it. I'm so...
Give a thumbs up, like,
do that.
subscribe, comment down below what your favourite ban is.
Oh yeah, we need an engagement hook. Give us your Commander Red Flags, please, in the comments.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Spit on me in the comments. Bye.